whole weight loss thing, but also the thing is this. Um, oh yeah, the only goals I had for today, and I was like, right, you can. Okay, so I'm gonna be easy on myself today. This is the final day before I implement those plans. Basically what I've been doing, except for why is the weight not dropping? I get it that when I work out each day, but the fact is like you need an incentive to work out, right? You need an incentive. Well, my incentive was because I always enjoyed it, and then it got to the point where I wanted to lose weight, and now it's like, well, I work out each day. They say I should work out. Should I work out more? I don't know because, like for example, when I went to the Bogan Day Out, I was walking around and dancing and talking to people for about 6 hours, and then the next 2 days I was like, okay, the next day, Sunday, I was like so exhausted that I was recuperating my energy. Like it was like basically it would be bad for me to work out. Monday was more of the same, except for I decided that okay, I'm going to go do something like because I mean yeah, I walk around home and what did I do on Sunday? Somewhere, went somewhere. But Monday I just went and shot some hoops. I think I went shooting hoops and just walking around the park. I think it was, and then Tuesday I was coming up with my reasons and questioning God and all this type of thing as to why I couldn't get to the Slipknot concert, as to why did it have to rain and it have to be all flights from Wellington to Auckland be cancelled only on one day, and that's the one day that I was supposed to catch a flight to a Slipknot concert. I'm like, what? And I heard from God, about his that was me kind of paying the price for, you paid that. Hurricanes hosted the Moana Pacifica. It's like in the eyes of other people, like you might be viewed as the villain, you might be viewed as the Moana Pacifica, but every here and there you get your win, but then you maintain it. But the thing is I don't view myself as the underdog. I view myself as like someone who's fully capable and has all these strong abilities and is in some ways better than other people. But in those ways where I'm better than, it seems that a majority of society doesn't appreciate that because they value these other things, and these other things are the things where it seems that people are better than me. But that's okay. That's kind of changing too, because it's like, okay, well, I like working hard. I like physically working hard. But with the 2 years, 4 months experience of physical security, once I started that, I was like, okay, I've proved my point that I was a hard worker and all that type of thing. Now it's like, and I tried toning it down and tried doing that, and I like working harder. But at the same time, is that you find these vacancies that really you don't have to work hard. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to get paid big bucks, but at the same time, as I'm willing to work hard and I like doing that. Um, so yeah, snakes and ladders, eh? It's like you try to improve yourself. There's those. There's good people and bad people everywhere. Okay, so some of them just don't want you to succeed. Most, but then there's like some who don't. There's a lot of authority members and stuff who don't mind because they're already doing very well and then they're secure themselves. And then you have like the so-called normal people that are. Because I believe there's a lot more autistic and ADHD people than what we're aware of. Because now that I've been studying ADHD and autism, it's like I was like, is everyone autistic? Is everyone ADHD? But then it was like, no, you're just seeing it more because you know it when you see it. Like you used to bump into these people and you used to talk to these types of people and all this type of thing, but you didn't know. You just thought that was them. Okay, well now that you've been studying autism and studying ADHD, it seems like it's just that the ones that you get drawn to are a lot more like you see it now. It's like the woman who are in their early 20s and they say all guys are bad or guys play hard to get or um, men have it easier, but they don't realize that they're looking at the only ones that stick out to them when they're talking like that is the top 10, 15%, the top 10%. You know, they are walking straight past or not even noticing the existence of 90% of men. And then the guys who are in the top 10%, some of them are like that, but they're the ones that are able to be like that, you know, have a selection of women and, you know, have things easier for them. But in the eyes of these women, it'll be like all men because they don't even realize the existence of the other 90% of men. You know, it's like they are non-existent. And so in the female's mind, when she's looking at these 10% of men, that's all men, and quite a lot of those guys can be like that, especially if they're younger, because they have the options to be like that. But again, that's what she sees, they see, but they don't realise that there's another 90% of men that actually exist. So first of all, knowing they exist, and then setting aside these preordained judgments, because again, some of the guys in the top 10% are awesome. Well, you know, because it comes down to not artificial, superficial things. But I've adapted. See, I know my value. I know I'm awesome as a human being. I know that, and I don't look down on other people. But I know that majority of the world take note of your physical appearance. Like I got to lose weight. I'm 6 foot, but once I get that six-figure income, it'll be, you know, 6 foot tall, six-figure income. I'd like to have a six-pack of abs, but I've never had a six-pack of abs, but I like to have it, so it's always a good goal. Strive for the highest mountain. I mean, I'm going to at least get down to 110 kilograms, pushing for 100, you know. So that's the weight loss thing. The whole woman thing is just, yeah. I think there's a lot more ADHD and a lot more autistic people out there, and I don't think that, I don't think all neurotypical women hate autistic men. It's just the because the what is it? It fluctuates between 75 and 85% unemployment rate. So there's that, and then with that comes a lack of options because you women don't want an unemployed guy, and then there's all the media stuff that has all these false ideas about us, right? So like if I'm earning like six figures, and then there's all these media things that have false ideas about us that is just wrong, and then there's those who have it right, and then not to mention we all have different personalities. When you piece all that together, it can really bust down to women's minds, and it might take longer. It's taken longer, but because it's a lot more barriers for me to overcome that I've overcome, and now it's like and it's like normal people, they think that you're not this person until you've been doing it for a number of years. Autistic people will not change their perspective about you, but they'll just think like, don't look down upon me. How do you look down upon me if you do? And then ADHD people, they're just like, okay, well, you're this person now, even though you've only been doing it for a week or a month. And I'm kind of in between. I'm like, for me, I feel like I'm that guy, But then once you keep it up for 6 months, it's like, how can you not say I'm not that guy? And then I just maintain it.